Hi everybody, I wanted to give you a tour of our course Canvas site so you know where to find everything. Hopefully you don't get lost, but if you do, you can always email me and I will help you find whatever it is you're looking for. When you click on our course page, you should come to a home page which has a link to the syllabus, the welcome site. This video will be posted there, as well as a link to my lecture notes. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. Um, my lecture notes is a giant 250-page PDF. I don't think that that is something that most people want to handle. Whether even if you have a PDF reader or way to annotate on it, it's just a pain in the butt. And I did not put them through the bookstore to purchase because the amount of time it would take for you to get them, the course would practically be over. So the PDF is there, but I'm going to show you a better way to get to it. And if you don't want 254 pages worth of stats at once. Then you've got at the bottom on this page basically links straight to the modules that are upcoming. So I'll be adding to this each week so that you can click and see exactly what is due. These are the graded assignments. When you click into the modules, there's actually a whole lot more going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and click into the modules and show you what that looks like. I'll go from the modules link though on this left side menu. So in the modules area, you have two main things. You have a resources module. If you click on this resources module, you can see there's some different pages. I have some general statistics resources. This again links out to that giant section of lecture notes into my YouTube channel, which I gave you guys all in that little preliminary email. But it also has a bunch of books and links out to external sites. So if you are somebody who feels uncomfortable with the fact that we don't have a textbook, you do have an entire textbook here, as well as some links to other text-like things. They're not necessarily textbooks. And then if we click next, I got to move my face because I'm in the way. I have modules, or not modules, pages set up for each exam's worth of material. So this is probably what I would recommend dealing with for the actual lectures themselves. If you click on any of these, so you see part 1, part 2, part 3, and the exam 1 review, each of these, if you click on that lecture notes, it is only that section of the lecture notes. So this is 14 pages. So if you're going to annotate on your own, on a tablet of some sort, or if you're going to try to print them, 14 pages is a lot less unwieldy than that 254 pages. So that's my suggestion. Use the exam 1 material area to get to these little chunked sections of lecture notes instead. Also in this chunked sections of lecture notes, you guys have some sample problems. So if you're the type of person who likes to work on your own out of the back of the book and see how you're doing, you have those. Those are at the very end of the big lecture note packet. There's some worksheets and then links out to, again, those same textbooks and text-like resources with some information in terms of certain ones, like which videos you might want to watch or what links to click on them. Some of them, it takes you to the direct section of that particular thing. So like this textbook PDF, again, if you click on it in the main resources, you're going to get hundreds and hundreds of pages. You click on it here, you're only going to get the 50 pages for that chapter. So hopefully a little better off there. So that's the module with the statistics resources. This is probably going to be your best friend. There's also technology help. I have not put anything here in the StatCrunch help yet. We don't need any StatCrunch until we hit about halfway through week 1, so I'll make sure to update that then. You've got formulas and tables. Again, you don't need these until about week 3. So these are a little bit bare, but we'll be fine because we don't need them yet. The other thing that you're going to find in Canvas in this module area are those weekly modules, and I've split them up to be basically 2 modules per week, one with a due date of Thursday and one with a due date of Sunday. Within that module that has a due date of Thursday, I've given you sort of like, if you want to stay on track, you probably want to finish this first unit by Tuesday and you want to do the second unit by Wednesday. Otherwise, you're going to start falling behind. I changed my mind. Originally, when I wrote up the site, I thought I was going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for due dates, the suggested due dates, mostly because it's easier for me to give feedback when it's not the weekend because I have daycare during the week. But I changed my mind and I've made it so your suggested due dates are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the hoping that you can catch up on Thursday if there's anything you didn't get done, and then Friday and Saturday with again the ability to catch up until Sunday. Um, so some things to know about the modules. One, if you click onto the overview, it has links out to everything that you should do. But you don't need to do that. You can also just click next and it'll put you into the next piece. So here's the first thing to do. When you finish it, you can mark it as done, and then you can move on to the next thing. If you scroll down, you can click next. You don't have to use the little next arrows. You can always go to the modules section, and in the module section, just click into a different part. So you don't have to go sequentially. The nice thing about the little mark is done is if you wanted to keep track of what things you haven't done yet, it'll put a little check mark there. So you can see certain things that didn't have a submission. I just said, hey, why don't you mark it as done so you can keep track of that. It doesn't matter if you mark it as done or not, but it lets you know that you've got this little checklist done. Certain other things are just click on them and then you'll get the check mark for having clicked on that. The way I have set up the actual like lectures is in these practice quizzes. I don't love them, but they're what I have right now. Uh, what you're going to do in these practice quizzes is they don't count for anything. So if you end up not liking them as a way to study and you'd rather just go through the YouTube playlists, I've linked those all as well. Um, but basically, it starts with like a video, maybe two, depending on the content, and then there's a question to see if you understood what the videos were about. And then another video and another question to make sure that you understood what everything was about. And when you finish all this, you get to submit it. It doesn't count. I can't even see what your score was. So you can do exactly what I just did, and then you can kind of go back through and see, okay, I didn't answer this one. Here's the right answer, and here's the little reasoning that I would have given as a hint. So that's a one way to go through the lecture videos. Obviously, you can just watch them on YouTube, or you can go through all those other resources that I posted and avoid my lectures entirely if you'd like to. Don't suggest that, but it is an option if you decide that you hate the sound of my voice or something. So anything marked with this little teacher lady, that is something that is not graded. That is just for you to do. If you want to learn, this is basically on you. Anything with a check mark is a knowledge check that is graded and it does close, hard close. You cannot access it after that Thursday, that whatever date is there. Anything with a little laptop is an online activity, which is one of the bigger grade sections for our course. And what's the other thing? Oh, the little discussions, the little chat box thing, this little talking bubble is a discussion board, which is another portion of our grade. So I'm trying to use these emojis to kind of keep it straight. What is going into what grade category? And you can see you've got everything for week one, the first half that's due Thursday and the second half that's due Sunday, with those sort of suggested due dates of Friday and Saturday. It will mark them late, these things, once you turn them in. If you turn them in after that Friday or after that Saturday, just know that I do not deduct any points. I do not consider them late until after the Sunday deadline for Module 2 and after the Thursday deadline for Module 1. So hopefully that tour helps a little. You have some other great resources here to click on. The grades, I grade everything every day, so you have a lot of feedback quickly. You have the link to the online tutoring, which should open up. I don't actually know if they're going to be open for Intersession. I'll look into that. And then you have the way to sign up for office hours, which is an external thing. But I'll add times in here. But basically, you can sign up for office hours if you have any questions, and we can meet on Zoom to talk about whatever it is that you're having trouble with. So this was way too long, but hopefully now you know where everything is on Canvas.